Good afternoon, Ronto. This is Conrad Getz with Double Radio, coming at you with some news on this brisk summer day. Shaping up to be a decently warm week, especially as we head ever closer to the summer months. I know that Wayne has been tracking the temperature patterns in his systems, and it's expected to hit somewhere in the neighborhood of 30°C by the end of the week, which I guess isn't as hot as some places out there, like, the Nevada deserts, but that's still pretty hot for up here in Ronto, especially after that wild winter we had. If I'm not careful, I'll end up looking a bit like Hunter if I'm out in it too long. Which isn't a horrible thing, but wouldn't be ideal either. I kind of like my nose and features the way they are. Speaking of the heat, there might be news from a bit north of here that the old Nuka World North theme park might be under some new management, and it's set to open up for some fun and thrills soon. I'm personally not sure exactly who it is that took over the old park, or what they've done to fix it up, but I'm excited to save up some caps and, check it out with Hunter this summer. I wonder what their policy will be on automatons like Wayne, too. In any case, more news to come on that as we get closer to their grand reopening. I did also get word recently that some fellow vault dwellers have been spotted exploring a bit northeast of the city. No word of what vault they might have come from, since the Wastelander that called it in didn't see any sort of number on their suits, but they recognized the yellow and blue. Could be they were from another vault like my own, or one of the ones to the south, and they're making their way somewhere else to settle down. Either way, it's good to know some other vaulties are out there exploring. I mean, I haven't come across too many in my own travels, since any vaults still operating tend to keep kind of tightly shut, and others, I won't talk about those much. But I will say to those mysterious vault dwellers out there, good luck and stay safe. I don't know how long you've been out there, but things have gotten rough out in the Wasteland, especially if you're going up north. It might be warm now, but it can get mighty chilly the further you go. Speaking of tricky weather, it's always good to make sure you have gear to suit any situation, and you can't find better than at Fozzie's Fabrics, which recently opened up a small trading post down near the Giant Thimble downtown. They've got all sorts of sturdy options for clothes that can help you through a number of scrapes, metal armor, lightweight materials so you can be, stealthy and keep cool, and even some rare finds like radiation-proof lining for vault suits and other armors. So, check them out today. Just follow the markers when moving west from the Big Thimble, just south of Queenie's Raiders territory. Now that I've earned that bundle of caps for promoting Fozzie's, I will say they are sincerely pretty unique for a trading post. I would have expected them to set up shop in Eaton Central, not near a raider camp, but I suppose it's as good a location as any. From what I've gathered, that area of town used to be kind of a fashion district, which kind of makes sense with the Giant Thimble and all. Alright, now that that's out of the way, Wasteland, I've got to address something weird that happened to me on my recent trip down to Eaton Central, and I want to know if anyone else has managed to bump into this very odd old trader that said he was just passing through. He was a bit older, with a bit of an eccentric sort of outfit, which is really saying a lot, all things considered. He carried a big bag over his shoulder and talked my ear off about some sort of tall tale from his travels, then told me I reminded him of someone named Grimothy, whoever that is. I'd approached him since he was kind of loudly proclaiming that he would have whatever anyone needed, and it would only cost 4 caps. So I asked if he had any old holotapes, since I'm still looking for those games, and he pulled out an old lunchbox just filled to the brim with them, before getting really suspicious and asking if I had seen her, and then shuffling off mumbling about a sneaky goblin or something. So, I want to ask, has anyone else out there met this wandering merchant? Because that was certainly one of my weirder encounters out there by a long shot. Like, he didn't really have much on him. He was wearing some old-world clothes that looked like they'd been through a few different ends of the world, and only carried a single six-shooter on his hip with this burlap sack. A sack of which I don't think could possibly have as much as he claims. But he did pull out those holotapes for me, so I don't know, maybe there's more to this guy than meets the eye. Luckily, though, those 4 caps were well spent, because I did manage to get that Pitfall game I've been looking for, as well as a bunch of blank holotapes, some of which I'm probably going to start using to tell some of my stories from the Wasteland. I've got all the stuff to do that here at the station, I just needed the tapes. They weren't all blank tapes in games, though. I will be looking into some of these a bit more closely when I have the time, but some of the holotapes here have what looks like some logs on them, both written and recorded. I put them aside while I wait for Hunter to get in touch with a buddy of his that knows a bit more about these things, just to make sure they're safe to pop into my equipment. Could be something cool, like, I don't know, treasure maps or hidden secrets, or could be a scary haunted holotape that makes a ghost come and take me away in the night. Who's to say? Anyways, enough of rambling about my shenanigans. I've got to be signing off for today to go and make sure little Notch here is all fed. Wayne would handle it, but he's programmed for human portions, not small cats, and I don't want to be wasting any more food than I have to. This has been Conrad Getz for Double Double Radio. Keep safe out there, Ronto. Double Double Radio, a Fallout story, is a Voice in the Static production, written, starring, and produced by Edward Grimgrinner Hutchinson. You can find Double Double Radio on Instagram, Facebook, and other social media sites, and there's a merch store through Etsy. Links are in the episode description. Double Double Radio is also made possible with the love and support of listeners and Wastelanders like you. If you want to help support the show on Patreon, that link will also be in the description alongside the list of monthly supporters. Thanks for listening.